fucking week. Hey folks, welcome to the BGB's podcast. This is episode 52. One whole year of the BGB's podcast. We are directly supported by listeners like you. If you go to vgbs.com/join. Oh, fuck.
No, there he goes. Mosquito got in his throat. John's been fighting a mosquito for the last 7 minutes.
For like 10 minutes. I don't know what has happened, but I had to cough. I'm so sorry. The mosquito has bitten the fuck out of my hand. It has bitten
you want some water?
My fingers. It's bitten my Yeah, thank you. I can't get close enough.
There you go. Glug.
Thank you. Everyone watching on YouTube loved that. Hey, we are supported directly by listeners like you. If you go to vgbs.com/join, you can join the hive. I'm one of your hosts. I'm John Warren. With me is my forever co-host, Nikki Grace. And hi.
Hello.
We've both been struggling mightily over the past 10 minutes. I have been fighting this mosquito, like you mentioned. You've been fighting the modern dining experience.
Yeah, it kind of fucking blows, right? Like,
yeah, it's kind of bad.
I made a reservation at a place that doesn't really particularly seem to need well, I thought it didn't seem to need reservations, but now looking at it, it's actually probably good that I made the reservation because I needed to switch the time from an earlier time to a later time. And now the later time that I needed was unavailable, but the application wouldn't let me just swap it to a later time.
So I tried
to call and there's no person to answer the phone. It's just a voicemail that tells you to use the app. And then after the end of the voicemail message, the voicemail box is full.
The voicemail box is full. It just takes you on that wild ride.
Yeah. And the penalty for canceling, it says it could be up to $25 per head per table.
Up to $25.
Well, I think it is $25.
Okay, because that would be very interesting if, like, whose choice is it to charge you $25?
You feel like a 1983.
You feel like you feel like a 7.
Yeah,
but you feel like a full 25. Big week, and we got a big week coming up next week. Holy shit.
You know what's next week?
SGF right around the corner. I am
E3, yeah.
Against my better judgment. Once again, driving to Los Angeles.
Yeah, and you had such a good time doing it last time that I'm really amped that you're doing it again.
I did get like really sick at the end of that trip, which was cool. Apparently wasn't COVID. Felt an awful lot like it though. Tested twice.
Could have been just different COVID.
It could have just been different COVID.
That's how it goes.
I am driving out there. I am having a good time with some friends and all of that stuff. That's great. But also, of course, the shadow is cast.
The Spectre, yeah.
The Spectre.
The gross, Warren Spectre.
Geoff is here with his summer. And I hope it's a good one. I keep forgetting that nothing ever gets announced at these. We're going to do another episode in a couple days
on
to do
Monday.
some predictions and get an episode a little up early because we're not entirely sure the pipeline of what next week's going to be.
Our schedule from Wednesday to Sunday is
pretty crazy.
Fucked. But it's so nuts because it's like there are so many things that we know exactly when they are happening.
Yeah.
I've started to get confirmations today.
Yes.
Of hey, you're showing up to play this video game at this day at this location. And I say
weird that's only really happening today.
Yeah, what's that about?
Because I you know what's funny, Nikki? I thought the initial conversation I had with most of these people was the confirmation.
Yeah.
But I've had like 5 of them that were like, by the way, you're confirmed. And I'm like, I wasn't?
I wasn't
already
before. Yeah, no, for sure. And it feels again, we've talked about this. I don't know if we've talked about it on this program, but for some reason, the way that most of the PR companies, and I need to be so clear, the people that we are interacting with are some of the kindest people on the planet.
Really,
like they're
nice,
doing their jobs
100%.
really, really well.
Yes,
there is only
100%.
one PR firm in this entire industry that understands how you book in the year of our Lord 2025, and it's Pop Agenda. Everybody else, they email you to say, hey, do you want to play this video game? They give you a 7-hour time block over the course of 3 days, and they say, you tell us if you're available. And then after that, they tell you that they aren't free that time, and they propose to you a second time. Now, there are multiple websites for this exact specific thing, including Calendly. Which you just put in what times are available for slots, how long the slots are.
And when someone takes one, they go away.
It goes away.
It goes away.
You don't have to do the back and forth. And the only PR firm that does it is Pop Agenda. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
I will slight correction. Mooncat is
also
the other that does
Huge.
it. Yes.
Thanks, Mooncat.
Mooncat and Pop Agenda, both and I'm not kidding. For us, at least in this room, the only ones that use it.
Yeah.
And we're talking some big publishers.
No, for sure. It's not like they can't afford the Calendly Pro subscription.
No.
It isn't even that expensive. They could honestly probably get away with doing the free tier. They'd probably be okay.
One person.
It's just one person. Yeah.
Yep. But they won't do it.
They won't do it. So instead, we have to send emails back and forth, which puts you into a situation where 7 days out from the thing, you get an email that's like, you are confirmed for this thing that to your point, John, thought I was already confirmed for.
I thought the initial, hey, you're good.
Yeah, was it? I thought that was it.
It was it. I thought that was it, but apparently not. I can't tell you how weird it is to just like send one of the top like 3 largest game companies in the world an email that's just like, what about 3? What about 3 p.m.?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is that open?
Is that open? Like, I don't know. You know, but like, is that open? Like, I don't know.
You know, like, it's just so weird. In my life, I would never thought I would send some of these people, these businesses an email that's basically like, what's good for you?
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
Yeah. I hope they figure it out.
We will be there. Diego Arguello is now officially my number one man for all the written pieces that you will get over the course of SGF. So if you like Diego, you're going to get at least 5 really nice, cool articles. 5. That's right. 5 for the price of 5. I paid for all 5 of them.
For the price of 5 articles, you're getting 5
articles. So I hope you enjoy those. I have some sense of what they will be about, but it'll be a fun surprise. Nikki and I are also seeing a couple things that we don't know about, like they're mysterious, which I'm kind of excited about. But you know what? That's a dice roll. Sometimes it's also, like,
the thing I will give. It's not really Geoff, is it? It's mostly 47. The thing that I will give 47 credit for is that the way that it is. Did you get it? Did you get it that time?
No. Sorry.
We do have a guest this week. It's the mosquito that's trying to kill John.
I don't think I said it on the audio portion. We had to reschedule this a bunch so Gita couldn't make it, but we will rebook them at some point. But yes, our guest this week is a mosquito that's trying to end my life.
Because of the way it's set up, and I'm if you haven't, literally just type, "Oh my God."
What?
Both of the displays just turned off again.
Oh no, Nikki, no. Does that mean your camera is about to go too? Is that what happened last
Is the
time?
camera still working?
Yeah. Oh no!
Unbelievable, dude.
That could not have been better. The instant you waved your hand and said, "Is my camera still working?" It is completely frozen. I can't wait to show you.
Crazy.
I can't wait to show you what this looks like. Oh my god. We should break this into two, huh? We should probably stop and then restart.
No. It's fine. Wow, it broke something fierce.
It did break.
I'm back.
But now you're back. You're back.
I think this monitor might be failing.
Okay.
This curved Samsung monitor, which is great because I have the money to buy another one. If you haven't seen the physical space, just look it up. Like everybody and their mom has done a walkthrough of it. But because all of the things are in the same room, like literally, like the space is it's just a party venue. Like it's you get married there. You get 100%. Like it's a venue 100%. Where you go get married or have a big party or whatever, like a corporate sized party. Yes. So it is a huge space that all of it is on top of each other. So really, if you're nice and kind, even if you don't have an appointment, there are usually enough stations for the open stuff. There's closed door stuff all over the place, obviously. But it seems like there is less closed door stuff this year than there was perhaps last year.
I definitely feels that way. I mean, unless you and I are being deliberately gatekept in a way that we were not last year, which could be true.
But there were more conversations of closed door stuff last year than there are this year, and I just think it's because people are trying to get out of the shadow of the Switch, which is fair. But then again, we have all these for sure. Who knows?
It's not like a lot of. Oh, we have a guest.
Ravioli's here.
What are you doing, bud? What are you doing?
He's looking at something.
What are you doing, buddy? What is he looking at? Did you see the mosquito?
Ghost.
Sorry. All right, just get down.
How sick would it be if Ravioli did a big jump and killed the mosquito?
Oh my God, that'd be so cool. We used to be able to do that with Raisinette. We used to be able to say, I can't say this too loud. We used to be able to go, get that bug. And she would go like into this fucking feral mode and look for a bug. And she would be able to catch it, which is great. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Anyway, sorry. Yes. So
no, it's okay. But yes, the number of things that there are, even if we do not have appointments for, that the odds that we are able to slide in or see someone we know and slide in on the back of their appointment.
Yeah.
Seems
pretty high. Which is great.
So that's exciting.
I love sliding in on other people's appointments.
Yeah.
It's a great thing
John,
to do. Yeah.
I don't think it's illegal to read emails, is it?
I don't think so. It depends on if they're like, this is an embargoed email.
Let me look. So we're gonna do.
Let me look.
I could save this for the preview, but I just think it might be nice.
Is it scam text theater, but for PR emails?
No. Everything in this email is confidential. Damn it.
Damn it. Shit.
Big and in red and in bold, so I can't even talk about
that seems like pretty clear.
Never mind.
Seems pretty clear. Sorry.
It wasn't like a reveal or anything. It was about logistics of the event. So
you know what? I've not read that email yet.
There is something in the email that is like,
I probably should. Is it different than last year?
Yes, the verbiage is different. This is probably awesome audio. There's different verbiage in this email about things that are offered on the campus that I have questions about.
Sure.
And I can't tell if when they say one word, I don't know I don't know what that word means to them. And because to me, it means something. And I don't know if it means something else to them.
Yeah.
That's the end of my. So that's probably really helpful for the listener at home.
Really helpful for the listener. Yeah. For sure.
Have been listening in on that conversation.
Yep. You're welcome, everyone.
So that's good. John and I are going to be on Giant Bomb at
Giant
night.
Bomb Couch. Yep.
On
that's on Friday, I believe. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what block we're on.
I know. I can look it up right now.
But I don't.
You
for multiple reasons I should, but I don't.
But you don't. You should, but you don't.
So yeah, we've got a big week going on.
Wait, do I? Wait,
are you reading this email right now? What?
I'm logged into a different email. Great audio in this one.
Delicious audio. Listen, gang, there's no news. I don't know what to tell you.
There's not a lot of news. The Switch.
There's one huge piece of news, and then there's no other news because the Switch.
Yeah, there's no other news. Yeah, the Switch comes out. We will be on the 9 p.m. block.
Oh, that's a good one. That's myself, the second to last one.
And one Charles Hart.
Game Informer's Charles Hart.
Game Informer's Charles
Tallest
Hart.
Man in games media. I don't know if that's true. I think there's one person taller than him.
There's probably another person taller, but it's close. Charles is very tall. So, that's very exciting. I'm glad that we're all going to be on that together. If I could get into the venue.
I think you will be able to.
I looked at that staircase. Big, strong.
Yeah, there's a lot of strong. I think that there are enough people to pick you up about it.
Yeah. I can't wait to almost die at the second Giant Bomb night in a row.
Second one in a row?
Yeah. I almost fucking ate it bad.
Yeah, LB saved your life.
LB is the only person that I really like LB and I have joked about it, and LB was like, "Oh my god, that was crazy." Really? LB was the only thing standing in between me and getting my skull cracked open at Giant Bomb at night.
That would have changed the tone of the evening.
Yeah, it would have.
Pretty remarkably.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. Glad it didn't happen though.
Glad it didn't happen. Wow. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait to be on the couch with Nikki and Charles. There might be a fourth. I've heard rumors of a fourth that you will also be excited about, dear listener, but I won't say anything yet in case it's not true. What else are we going to do? We were going to go do some stuff, and now it feels like we've kind of been scheduled into oblivion.
Yeah, we went from having a pretty chill one to not having a chill
one at all. Yeah.
When do you leave?
I leave the 11th. Well,
what day is that?
Okay. Let me rephrase. I should leave probably on the 10th.
Oh,
but I have a hotel until the 11th.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, John, we have two things we could go do. We could go to the Sparks game on the Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to take John to this Armenian brisket ghost kitchen.
Is it a ghost kitchen?
In Glendale. Yeah, it's crazy. It's in a ghost kitchen. You have to eat it in the car.
Oh, wow. Okay. I kind of love that.
So that's pretty delightful.
Okay. That's exciting.
So that's exciting. And then we have the VGB's mixer on Thursday.
One
week from today exactly 1 week from today plus 30 minutes from right now.
We will be at the VGB's mixer. I will feed you. I have paid for the food with my last dollars. So please come.
Please come.
If you want to just go to vgbs.com/join, that's going to help a lot.
Yeah, just earmark it.
Because just earmark it, please.
Just earmark food money.
Come early, maybe, because if we run out of food, we're not getting more.
No, that's it. That's all it is. Yeah, get there early.
If you want to, yeah. And I was really also excited to do a fan bite dinner like we did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem like that's going to happen this time.
No.
Because I think everyone got scheduled kind of intensely.
Into oblivion, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So hopefully people come to the VGB's thing.
Yeah, come to the VGB's.
We also have the opportunity kind of every single moment waking.
Every single moment.
Post. Well, does the Switch come out on Thursday or Friday?
Thursday.
Yeah, so I think at any point in time between Friday and Sunday, you could be tackled by a stranger and then challenged to Mario Kart.
That's exciting.
So that'll be a kind of a new way to live.
That'll be kind of a new way to live. Yeah. It'll be fun to play Mario Kart. Maybe they finally made a good one. I'm really excited to see if they made a good one. Like,
fingers crossed.
Like they've been at it for 30 years.
Is that crazy?
And I think it's time for them to make a good one.
Is Mario Kart older than
Then what?
Hello?
Oh, did your monitor go out again?
Hello?
Oh no, your audio's out now. What's happening? This is
hello.
What's happening? Hello, can you hear me? I can hear you. Okay.
Oh,
sorry.
I'm connected via. This sucks. Nothing works. Nothing fucking works, dude.
I just hope the audio files are okay. This has been a fun one so far, with no problems whatsoever.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay. I think the computer was connected via Wi-Fi for some reason.
But that's no good.
That's not what I need. I need to connect it. But when I turn off Wi-Fi, I think the computer defaults to Wi-Fi.
Oh,
that doesn't make any sense.
No, that's not good.
There's a fucking hardwire Ethernet in the computer. What was I going to ask? Is Madden older than Mario Kart?
Yes. By like 10 years? Several years. No, not like 10 years. I think it's like more like 5. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Isn't that wild?
Mario
Madden's
Kart
so old.
Super Mario Kart 1992. First Madden. 88.
So all right. So yeah, not that long.
Yeah.
Not that long. Did you see that game? The UK retailer has canceled pre-orders of Switch 2.
All of them?
I believe it's not all of them. Let me see. Let me make sure. Okay, all right. They say we're currently working hard to reinstate as many affected pre-orders as possible. So it looks like they maybe did all of them, but they did that kind of preemptively because they don't know how many units they're going to get, which seems fun. By the way, I had to go in this morning and change the credit card information on your Switch 2 from Best Buy.
Great.
Because that was the card that got stolen on the internet from me. Yeah. They sent me an email that was like, "You're good, right? Like, this is the credit card we have." And I was like, "Oh no. So you should still be good."
That's good. Thanks. I'm trying to figure out if there's any normal way that this could have happened. They knew Nintendo told them how many they were going to get beforehand.
Yep.
Because that's how businesses work. They call you up and they say, we have 15,000 to give you. So don't do more than 15,000. And then they just said, well, we'll do 35,000.
35,000? Why not?
What's the worst that could fucking happen? We cancel them all.
It's stupid. We did actually get it. I don't know if you saw this either, but there was actually a published list of partners at Summer Game Fest, and some of them, I will say, are new in the sense that they are not available to us who are at play days. Okay, so some of these companies I was going to name, as far as I know, do not have any sort of presence at the event where we are playing stuff. So take that how you will. They're either doing They're either doing closed door meetings or they are going to be part of the show itself.
Yeah, or airing an advertisement.
Right. And so some of the ones that as far as I know are not at Playdays, CD Projekt, Nintendo, that's probably the biggest one.
Yeah, and that's almost definitely going to be a hello. Did you know?
Did you get a Switch too?
Yeah, because he can't.
Because you can't. You can't get one
what's
of these.
The advertisement for? Hey,
what's the ad for? Hey, by the way,
if you don't have one coming or in your hands right now, you don't have one.
Hey, bud, you got one of them. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool that you got one of them?
Did you know they could take controllers off the side? Look, don't worry. Behind you, there's a button, right? Press that. Those fuckers pop right off.
Honestly, if you don't have one yet, I don't know. Why didn't you try hard to get one? Why didn't you do that?
Who is Mundfish?
I don't know Mundfish. Oh, I do know who Mundfish is. Why did I say I don't know? Mundfish.
Oh,
that's how I knew they made it.
You know why, brother.
Yeah, I know why. I was like, why are they etched in my mind for some reason? They made Atomic Heart
people.
One of my favorite video games. I don't know if Mundfish is at Playdays. I haven't seen that. Epic is not. CD Projekt is not. I don't think PlayStation is. Nintendo definitely isn't. So there are some of these companies that have been announced.
To be clear, last year PlayStation also wasn't, but they were showing Astrobot.
They were showing, that's true. They were showing Astrobot in closed door meetings.
So I do think that there is a healthy mix of we're showing some stuff to people, but not to everybody on here. But Nintendo. The reason I think this graphic, if you're looking at the graphic at home, says Nintendo Switch 2 and not Nintendo is because that's a commercial for the Nintendo Switch 2. And Geoff said, but that means we can put the logo on the graphic, right? And they said, "Oh, sure."
Okay.
Magic the Gathering, I Am 8-Bit, MetaQuest, Amazon Games.
Meta now decidedly a defense contractor. They announced, I believe today, that they're working with Palmer Luckey's cool defense contracting
company.
Is Robot Gun. They're trying to do exosuit kind of stuff I guess.
That's great.
Oh my gosh, we have a visitor.
There he is, Rimbiomli.
Ravioli, everyone. You're gonna have to go to the YouTube version to see Ravioli.
Barley's mad at me because I put her underwater today.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you need to give her a little bath.
Yeah, I bathed.
Was she stinky? She stinky?
It just was time.
No, it's just time.
Yeah. Try to do it every 2 weeks.
Ravioli sees a cookie that he wants, but he can't have it.
Can't have it.
It's got chocolate in it.
Remember at that last E3? We'll talk. I promise we'll talk about the Black Panther thing in a second. I hear you're screaming in your car. You're saying, "Why haven't they talked about it?
Why aren't they talking about it?
Fucking leave me alone. What the fuck? Leave us alone."
Yeah.
You do your own podcast.
Dude, start one of your own.
Start one of yours.
It's so easy.
It's not that fucking hard.
Our dumbasses did it a year ago.
Oh yeah, it's just 1 year. Wow, congrats,
1 year. Yeah, we did it.
Hell yeah, dude.
We did it. We did it.
Remember when E3 was such a big enough show that Devolver was able to say, okay, we're gonna get the parking lot across the street about it.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. That was fun. Yeah, it was fun when they had that.
I played I think that game was called Carrion. Do you remember that game?
Yeah.
I played that game in an Airstream. And then Merritt and I played Fall Guys.
Oh,
really early in a room that looked like a gymboree, which was delightful. He made us take off our shoes and it just was like a gymboree inside. And they had set up a bunch of TVs. It was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
It's great.
But not anymore because Devolver's just going to be at the thing.
That's where y'all played. Where we played Link's Awakening, right? In the Nintendo.
Yes, at the
booth
Nintendo
area. I
yes,
believe that's true.
Yes. Yeah.
Or was
like,
that
wow,
at,
it doesn't
that wasn't
that was
that
it.
definitely wasn't at PAX. Yeah,
We played
that was
Danielle
it.
and I played Animal Crossing at PAX.
That's right. Jesus, that was so long ago.
A million years ago.
Fucking long ago. Yeah, the last E3 was 6 years ago, basically.
That's crazy.
That's insane. That's really insane. Yeah, no, E3 used to be so huge. I think 6 years later, I'm pretty much on team. I really miss that old format of just like big press conferences and a big show floor. And I do miss that format. I think SGF is better for like gathering and like having, cool, having cool, like calmer conversations. Part of that is definitely the fact that it's not open. It's not a trade show. And it's not
thing.
like, it's kind of fun that way.
E3 is better for us. I only did E3 once, but E3 is better for us. It is, I think, much worse for the people at home.
Yes.
Than E3 was. I think there was something about E3 being a trade show and being at the scale that it was and having so many other people from outside of the industry talking about it that like no one they're not going to talk about Summer Game Fest on ABC 7 next week.
No.
But they did talk about E3 because it was at the convention center and there were thousands and thousands and thousands. Even when it was empty at the last one.
Yeah.
There were still so many people. It was still of gaming's brightest have descended upon Los Angeles this week. So that part is different. It's tough. But I do the format wise, I do think this is much for me personally. I think this is much better. I like being able to know where the stuff is and being able to see it and then not feeling like there is stuff I'm missing, even though the stuff that I was missing at E3, that last one was garbage. Remember that vest, that VR vest that had speakers and vibration motors in it that they wanted you to put on, and it was like it weighed like 20 pounds.
I do.
And the demo was like, I put this stupid fucking vest on, and I was like I was standing in front on a loud convention show floor. Where there were already like 9 different other vibrations pulsing into my body because everyone was bass boosting the fuck out of their speakers. And then a dinosaur showed up on screen and then it rumbled in my chest. And they were like, this is the future of video games.
And everyone's got one now.
I've got 3.
I'm wearing one right this instant.
Yeah, Barley and John are wearing them right now. So like none of that shit is here.
Yeah.
Like you don't get that anymore.
Yeah. Which is kind of a bummer.
That's why they have to do a satellite.
Shit.
They have to do a satellite Summer Game Fest.
Yep.
Just fire up Kensha again. But they can't. John, it's so fucked. He could not have picked a worse weekend. This is the thing I will say. It's the first weekend of Pride. It is. I guess technically the second weekend. The first weekend is this weekend. Because it's the same. It's turning into Christmas a little bit, at least in the city of Los Angeles, where like it becomes it's like earlier, late May.
Yeah, it's like April showers bring May Pride.
May Pride.
It's like no.
Like, but I'm going to a Pride thing tomorrow.
It's
fucking May, gang.
Yeah, it's May.
Stay in your month.
Yeah, but what, can't the straights have fucking anything? You know what I mean,
John? No, like, you're so right.
I just wish we had something.
You're
you know what
so
I mean?
right, dude. So it's the first real weekend of Pride.
Yeah.
It is also downtown at the convention center. It is the BET festival.
Oh no, really?
Yes. So the JW is going to be. I have never said this before in my life. I am excited to go to the JW Marriott next week because the combination of people is going to be completely buck wild.
Yeah.
It's going to be so nuts. Last for Game Awards, it was like a plastic surgery or pharmaceuticals convention.
Oh, it was
the same time as Game Awards.
Yeah, it was a plastic surgery convention, and they had that night, whatever night we went.
Yeah,
they had that night like a prom.
Yes,
like it was like they were like, we're gonna end this thing with essentially a prom, and so it was just like a bunch of like older dudes in bad suits, and then like middle-aged women
in prom dresses.
Yes.
It was kind of nuts.
It was kind of crazy.
But that's happened. So that's the BET Fest is at the same time, which is headlined by Mustard. So that's exciting. No way to get a ticket, but that's exciting. Yeah. And then it's this. All at the same time.
All at the same time. So traffic will be great.
Traffic's gonna be awesome.
So good.
Yeah.
Normally great in LA,
especially downtown. In that stretch between LA Live and the Fashion District.
Just love it.
Just gonna be awesome. I have to drive in all of the days that I'm going in. I have to drive in because the train doesn't go there.
Yeah. Oh my God. Can you see Ravioli behind my shoulder?
Yeah.
He's growling at me.
Yeah, what does he want?
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? This is also terrible audio. I'm sorry. I'm just obsessed. I'm obsessed with this.
This is a hangout one.
Me. It's a hangout one.
Should we talk about the news?
Yeah. Cliffhanger Studios, which was founded in 2023, which is fucking crazy to think about. EA founded that studio. They were working on a Black Panther game. And they have canceled that game and just completely closed the studio.
The whole studio.
The entire fucking thing. This was just like a month away from Respawn and EA doing their 300 layoff. And this is just an even more, also just a hugely significant cut. And they're, in addition to Cliffhanger, they're also laying off some people from their mobile teams and all that stuff. But yeah, the big story, I guess, is that this Black Panther game, which like would have probably printed money if it was just like, I mean, I don't know. We can talk about the game itself, I guess. But like, yeah, this is just a shitty, awful thing.
Yeah.
They're still, I think, up a headcount in other places. They're hiring on other teams.
Yes, numbers wise, more people work at EA this year than this time last year. But also the number of does that mean that the number of people making video games is up? That part is not particularly clear.
Unclear.
They could have hired a bunch of fucking middle managers who don't make video games.
Yeah. They are Andrew Wilson, just a luminary. Andrew Wilson said they're moving away from the development of future licensed IP. We do not believe will be successful in our changing industry.
Which is crazy, by the way, gang.
Yeah,
that's crazy. What are you talking about? It's a Marvel. They still go to those.
Yeah, they still go to those. I think what's even more disgusting about that quote is that, like, in kind of the same breath, a Marvel spokesperson is like, well, by the way, like, we're still making Iron Man with Motive. So they're like, well, Black Panther's not really part of a successful IP strategy, is it? And I'm like,
what are you talking about? Did anybody Google how much money the Black Panther movies made before they made this decision?
No, I don't think so.
Because it doesn't make any sense. When was the last, not to be like, and it's so you can be cynical and racist at the same time. And
absolutely.
It would still get you money. That's the thing I don't understand. Even if you're like, oh, we can't give the black people the video game. And it's like, okay, for sure, whatever. That's fine. Yeah. But if you think about like, okay, there are no games on the PlayStation 5.
None.
There are none games on the PlayStation 5.
You could go to the PlayStation Store right now. You can't buy
a single one. There are no games on that thing.
Yep.
They couldn't even identify, well, if we put a black person in the video game, well, maybe the black people who own the PlayStation 5, maybe they'll just buy it because he's black.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes the purchasing decisions are actually that easy. People, my grandma has seen one Marvel movie in her whole life.
And it was Black Panther.
It was Black Panther.
Yeah.
The number of people who are like, well, I know who Black Panther is on account of he's black.
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking through the aisles of the Target. I'm turning on my PlayStation. I'm at the Costco. Mm-hmm. I see on the shelf, they've made a Black Panther video game. I will buy it for my son.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They can't even imagine that kind of guy.
No.
In their eternal racism and in inability to run a business. That they can't, they say, well, we've started spending money. So again, the only way to make money back is to throw all of it into the garbage.
It's just we have to protect our future by flushing our present. Just flush it. It's fine.
We've already spent how much on the game? That's enough.
That's enough.
Okay.
That's enough. Just
That's okay.
flush it.
Do you want to try to make money on it at all? Do you want to maybe even try to break even? Nah, we're okay.
Andrew Wilson's like, I saw what David Zaslav did over at HBO, and that's going great. That's going great.
They should go back to calling it Electronic Arts.
They should. They absolutely should call it Electronic Arts. Yeah. EA also recently mandated return to office for everyone.
They did. So, I know that for a couple of reasons.
And what's really cool about all that is reports are that morale is fucking terrible inside EA, which also, if you can believe it.
Yeah. They've also hired more people. Okay, so let's just do the math, gang.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There are more people that work at EA this year than last year.
Mm-hmm.
They have mandated return to office.
Mm-hmm.
The number of people who work at EA this year is more than the number of people who worked at EA in March of 2020 when they shut the offices down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hold on. You just do some quick calculations. Are there enough desks? For all of these people? Seems like the answer is no.
Probably not.
Seems like the answer is no. So it seems like kind of a soft layoff.
Not great.
To get people to quit by saying, please come back to the office. You have to come back to the office.
Yeah.
So people are going to quit because why would I come to the office to do my computer job? I have computer at home.
Mm-hmm. I have it at home. Geniuses.
Brain geniuses.
And as for the game, it's... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, at least Madden and FIFA are up, though.
I'm glad that I feel like one of the only podcasts that really narrowed in on that. Yeah. But if you don't remember, listener, both Madden and FC, aka FIFA, which by the way, I've started working with a bunch of strangers who all call it FIFA. Like no one calls it FC.
Yeah.
Just EA. I need to tell you something. We knew that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's out in the wild now that I've seen it. It's just like the most normie people I know will never not call it FIFA. And they will also never not call it NCAA. That's the other thing.
No, for sure.
It's like y'all ought to just get the fucking license so people will shut up about it. You have to get off the desk. Sorry.
But yeah, those games are down. So and the amount of money that is coming in from their show ponies is down.
Yes, is down.
And now they don't make any video. They don't make any video games.
They don't make games.
They don't have they don't even have the opportunity to make. They're stopping themselves from having the opportunity to make money on video games by canceling the video games that they've already spent money on.
And it would have been a single player action adventure kind of open world thing. A lot of the devs that joined Cliffhanger were from the Shadow of Mordor team, which
that game sold,
if you recall, sold really well and was critically beloved.
Game of the year?
Yeah, it did. And it was a very good game, and this was going to be a very interesting game, I feel like. But yeah, Nikki, you have your hand raised.
Just question, Nikki Grayson, VGBs. Are there any third person character action superhero games that in the last maybe 5 years that have sold well on even maybe perhaps on the PlayStation 5? starring like a black superhero. Have any of them sold very well?
You know what? Who's to say? Who could say that?
Okay, all right. I thought we just said.
I thought we just said that the PlayStation has no games. So clearly,
it has 5 games.
It has 5 games. Yeah, I don't understand. I just don't. I think most companies just don't want to make games that are in business now.
Which is, I guess, fine. But it is, I think we've talked about this a million times.
Yeah, we have.
They just want to keep the money they have now. And they don't particularly care about whether or not more money comes in later because they won't be there for that.
Same as it ever was.
Yeah.
Speaking of companies that don't know how to make video games, Tencent.
Hell yeah, brother!
Hey, someone clip that. Can you clip that? Thanks.
John
Thanks,
and I need to be so clear. We do not have notes this week.
No, we don't have notes.
We're flying blind. That's why the show is this way. I didn't know where John was taking us.
Uh-huh.
But now I know where we're going. Battle Aces is dead.
Battle Aces is fucking dead, which is I can't tell you how crazy it is that Uncapped Games is Battle Aces, which like I don't know the answer to this, and I certainly don't wish the team ill, but if they're canceling Battle Aces, I cannot imagine that Uncapped Games will continue to be
what are they gonna make?
Studio. This was from the group. This is from David Kim and a bunch of Blizzard vets that were going to make an RTS.
Yeah, they were making a new StarCraft.
Yeah, they're making essentially a new StarCraft. And like what I learned when I posted about this on Blue Sky, and I was just like, yeah, Tencent just doesn't know how to make video games. And I'll expand on that point in a moment. What I didn't know is that like there were like 15 people who responded to me like, oh man, bummer. What I saw, this is really cool. I will say the idea of them hiring David Kim and having a bunch of ex-Blizzard people try to make a new StarCraft, because Blizzard seems completely uninterested in making StarCraft content. It resonated with people. The problem is that it was made by a Tencent company, which means they are fully fucking incapable of directing and shipping and having a game succeed.
No. Yeah. I knew that this one had legs because it wasn't trying to be for everybody.
It wasn't trying to be for. It was trying to be for
such a visceral,
specifically sickos.
Yes, I had such a visceral reaction to it that said this one's not for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
there was, and at no point did I like go, maybe this will be cool, and then the Tencent reveal hit. Like at no point did I think that this game was for me, and that gave me hope for it because I was like, well, it's gonna be for somebody. Like it has to. It's one of these. It has to be for somebody. People love these. And there hasn't been a new good one of these in a long time. And the people who are making this one seem to be talented and know what they're doing. It is so much easier to just give people money to make a video game and then walk away and then let them put the video game out than it is to throw money, I cannot stress enough, into a furnace.
Yeah. They were many years into this exercise. I say the people at ZAM were working on website and marketing collateral for this team when we still had jobs there. Like this was years and years ago that this company was being formed and was working on their solo single project, Battle Aces, and now it's not done. They're just scrapping the whole fucking thing and saying never mind.
There's money. It's not even like there are no levers to pull. Okay, say Tencent,
there are so many levers to pull.
Say Tencent says we've spent too much money. You have more money than God, but say we've spent too much money on this. Okay, put the game out in early access and let people give you money about it.
Let the perverts who filled my mentions with like, oh man, I'm like, really? Okay, these perverts will give you money now.
Yes.
To allow them to be perverts early for you.
Yes. And that's
money.
Great. That is money coming in. And
that's amazing. Just let them do it.
Just let them. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Just let them fucking do it. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that's nuts. I cannot stress this enough. If Tencent does not invest in an existent successful studio, they do not understand how to get a successful game out there. They really don't. No. There are maybe 2 exceptions, and I would hesitate to even identify them as such because they are based on enormously popular extant properties, PUBG and Call of Duty. So I would not even, I don't know. Tencent's wild. I'm probably breaking my non-disparagement. Whatever.
They don't. Who cares? John? Literally, who's gonna get you?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna read you the last 8 games that Level Infinite has released. Oh, these are in alphabetical order. So wait, sort by release date, new to old. Are you ready?
Yes.
Den of Wolves. Do you know what that is? You know what that is, Sean?
What's Den of Wolves?
Well, it's not out yet, so I assume actually you'll probably see it next week. It is a co-op heist first-person shooter where you and your friends operate as criminals for hire in Midway City.
This is
from a studio called the maker of Chambers.
The maker of Payday and GTFO. Yeah. I do know about this one.
Okay, and
we saw a trailer for it.
Did Payday 3 do well?
Well, you know what's funny is that it says Den of Wolves. Den of Wolves is a co-op heist FPS from the creator of Payday, Payday 2, and GTFO.
Okay,
Payday 3 not mentioned.
Okay, so they got out before in Payday 3. The reason maybe then Payday 3 is bad is because
of that.
Okay.
Yep.
You know what? I'll give them that one.
Fair enough.
The next one, John, is the website's broken. I had to reload the website.
We're reloading the website.
Don't Starve New Home.
Okay.
It's a mobile game for Don't Starve.
Mm-hmm. Right. Knew about that one.
Exoborn.
Oh,
it's a tactical open world extraction shooter.
I know, Exoborn. I think that's already dead.
Okay. NBA Infinite.
Okay. NBA
Infinite.
Yeah,
it's a mobile game. So here's the log line for it. Run the court in NBA Infinite, a real-time PvP mobile game crafted to supercharge your love of basketball. Have you ever heard of anybody talk about this video game ever?
No, but if you go to videos and search NBA Infinite, the second one, August 8th, 2024, NBA Infinite is not fun anymore.
Awesome. Anymore.
I love the idea that someone has played this game enough to go, this game's not fun anymore.
This game looks fun anymore. Like shit. They have not updated it because Luka and Jimmy Butler are in Dallas and Miami uniforms, respectively. They have not updated this game, John. This game released on February 17th, 2024. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The last update to the website, November 20th, 2024.
Oh my God. Hey, Nikki, I've got a really good question for you.
Yep.
for $5 million.
Okay.
What uniform is DeMar DeRozan wearing in this game? Because you mentioned Jimmy Buckets and Luka.
Oh.
But this answer even surprised me. No, that would be nuts. But he is Bulls, so
he's Bulls.
He's Bulls. So
that's
crazy. So it's that far behind.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox is. I'm watching a different video. De'Aaron Fox is still king.
Sacramento
Cat is still
Wolves. Oh, I see that now.
This game looks horrible. I you need to pull over, stop your car, go look at it.
Yeah, stop your car, go look at it. It looks awful
on the website.
Yeah. It is.
I don't know how they've done that.
This game looks like they paid someone to reverse engineer NBA 2K20.
Yeah.
But they only got about a fourth of it.
Yeah, they only got a fourth of it. They knew that the ball needed to be rounded, that some of the guys needed to be in it.
Some of the guys, yep.
I'm going to download it right now.
NBA Infinite is not fun anymore.
Terrible.
The first, okay, all right. First comment 9 months ago. Bro made me remember NBA Infinite. Jesus Christ.
Oh, they've updated it on the... Oh. Now, this is interesting. John, can you open your phone for me?
Yeah, I can.
Go to the App Store for me.
Okay, sure. You want me to search for NBA Infinite?
Yeah, please.
Okay, I'll search for NBA Infinite.
And tell me what the first result is.
Okay, Infinite. Well, for me, it's NBA Infinite.
Okay, is there an advertisement above it?
Yeah, it's Royal Kingdom.
Interesting. I typed in NBA Infinite, and I was fed a video game called Dunk City Dynasty, which is by NetEase, which is a different licensed NBA mobile game.
Delicious.
That is the #1 sports game on the App Store. It is updated. It looks great.
Looks good.
It is a stylized version of all of your favorite
Dunk
NBA
City
players.
Dynasty?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now.
It's a stylized version of all of your favorite guys, 3v3. They're updating the game frequently. It's got 4.8 stars on the store.
It has folks I'm not saying I'm in love with this, but it has an art style.
It's not a good one, but it is there.
Someone played Fortnite on this NetEase team and was like, what if we just made it back?
Made it
what if we made it back? What if we make it basketball?
Here's the editor's notes, and we'll, I guess, stop dunking on this video game, NBA Infinite.
We don't have to.
The editor's notes. So someone at Apple whose job it is, I guess, to curate the store. I don't know why I say I guess. I know that's someone's job.
That's
They wrote LeBron, period. Luka, period. Giannis, period. Step into the shoes of household NBA names and take to the court in stunningly realistic matchups. It's the 81st most popular game on the store, behind 8-ball pool, archery clash, a video game, John, called Baseball 9.
Finally,
from a studio called Play Us Soft.
Ooh, Play Us Soft. Baseball 9.
Yeah.
Baseball 9. Okay, yep. Yeah, okay. Play Us Soft. Yeah, this is like a chibi, almost like Funko Pop looking.
Yeah, it's Funko Pop Super Mega.
It's Super Mega. Yeah, brother.
That's tough.
God almighty. Yeah, that's tough.
Anyway.
Yeah, I guess we can stop dunking on Tencent, I guess.
Well, we're excited to see what they have to show. All 4 of the games that I'm sure they'll show.
All 4 of the games. Well, we were invited. I don't know if you saw, but we were invited to attend their wonderful mixers on Saturday and Sunday. So
we were?
Well, I don't know if you were. I was. You could be my +1. We go on Sunday and get a drink on Level Infinite, and maybe we'll
another one?
See some old people there. More than before.
Yeah, they didn't invite me. Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
That was this morning.
I would have been surprised if they hadn't. I think they just shot that out.
Oh, they invited everybody.
Yeah, they invited everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be there.
Elden Ring Nightreign. If you're playing on PC and you have a fancy new graphics card, FromSoft is basically like, you may not be able to play our video game. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to get Elden Ring Nightreign. Maybe get it on console if you have a brand new graphics card. There will be day one GPU issues. This probably means that there will actually be probably like week one GPU issues. They usually take a little while to figure that out. So yeah, the RTX 50s and the Radeon 9000s, Nightreign is not going to play well on those GPUs, just so you know. Nikki and I don't have to worry about that for a few reasons. One, we probably won't play Nightreign. Two, we don't have new graphics cards.
No,
so
my computer is I can't really run anything anymore.
I can't run anything anymore.
I'm looking at Steam charts because I was trying to figure out how many people are playing the video game right now, but it's not in the top 10, which seems incorrect. Number 3 on Steam charts is a video game called Bongo Cat.
Bongo Cat. What the fuck is Bongo Cat?
It's the meme.
Oh.
Every time. This isn't even a video game.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
It's just every time you type in a key, it's a clicker. It's a passive clicker. Every time you type a key in, a keystroke, the guy he lives on your hotbar, and he makes a number go up. There are 153,000 people playing the video game right now.
Jesus
Why isn't
Christ.
Elden Ring on here? Is the game not out yet?
Elden Ring Nightreign?
Yeah, it came out today, right?
No, it didn't come out today.
Oh.
No, it comes out tomorrow.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. May 30th.
Reviews were today.
Yes, correct. Nightreign. But yeah, if you're dedicated to playing it on PC and you got a brand new one, you're gonna be having a problem.
Yeah.
Hey, were you also looking forward to that big fancy Xbox handheld?
No.
Well, guess what?
Oh, yeah.
They're not really doing it anymore. So
why?
I think we're like 6 months removed from them being like, we're definitely making these.
Yeah.
And you should definitely look forward to it. To today's reporting, this was from well, almost hate to give him credit, but Jez Corden over at Windows Central. This exclusive from Windows Central that they are shifting their priorities. They were going to release a handheld in 2027. Now they're just kind of like, I don't know. We're going to focus on making sure Windows 11 game performance is actually good. Most people believe this is in response to the fact that SteamOS is just like a better place to play a lot of games for PC right now. And that's it. So if you're really holding out for a Microsoft Windows handheld directly from them, you're gonna have to be waiting a little longer.
Yeah,
so.
Valve released SteamOS, like regular SteamOS. They just released it, so now you can put it on any of these ones that run Windows, and people are getting much better performance out of these machines than when they were running Windows. So I'm sure that that almost definitely was the decision that was made. Is they saw all of this come down the pipe and they said, "Fuck it, we'll try again." It's just, again, when Microsoft figures out who makes Windows, it's gonna be awesome for them.
It's gonna be so great.
It's gonna be fucking sick for them.
When they crack the code, it's gonna be so sick. It's gonna be so good for them.
Also, Apple this week was like, we're really gonna lean into video games. Also,
Yep.
Which, again, when they figure out who makes the iPhone, That's gonna fucking go crazy for them.
It's gonna be so good.
It's the one of the most inexplicable things in the whole world to me.
I know.
It's such a fucking layup. I have been to an Apple. Here's the video. We do video games now event where I listened to someone on the arcade team say, yeah, listen, we think the iPhone is the best place to play. Mm-hmm. The Apple ecosystem is the best place to play a video game. And it's like,
yep,
for sure, gang. You have the most video game consoles if you think about it in a weird way. You have the most video game consoles of any company on the planet. Mm-hmm. And you do zero about it. You do literally nothing. Your solution is, they'll want to play Resident Evil 3 on their phone. Huh? What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Goofy.
They bought that studio that makes Sneaky Sasquatch, though. So you have no reason to give it to Apple or have faith in their abilities. But none. It does seem like maybe someone in there has been like, well, what if we started with smaller video games? Yeah,
what if we started
instead of just going straight to, do you want to play Resident Evil on your telephone? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of space in between What the Car and Resident Evil 3.
There's so much space. It's fucking crazy. One last thing before we get into some hype questions. They are going to remake Persona 4. And the only reason we know this is because a bunch of the voice actors from the original Persona 4 were like, yeah, they didn't ask me back for the remake.
Yeah. Which is
I don't know what the NDA situation is over at Atlas, but like, I don't know, maybe have a lawyer just kind of like figure it out.
Well, probably
not that I want that to happen.
Well, there probably isn't. For what?
Probably isn't. Yeah, for what? I guess
they didn't sign shit. They're not in the video game.
They're not in it. So yeah, Yuri Lowenthal, not invited back. Did delete the post about it
for sure.
But Aaron Fitzgerald, also a voice actor in Persona 4 Golden, is not coming back. So.
Bummer.
This is what they did with Persona 3 as well.
Yes.
They were recast
with people who were cheaper.
Were cheaper, but then some of the actors were recast in like other roles in Persona. Anyway, it was a weird.
Yeah, but it just doesn't. Again, this is just a, we don't want you to spend the money.
No,
all of these people are more expensive than they were when we made this video game.
Yep.
One of the guys is the voice of Spider-Man now.
Yep.
So like it's Yuri. So like we're not horrible way to move. You'll still make money, Sega.
Yep.
You're still gonna make money on this one if you pay Yuri and the rest of that squad what they're worth. And now you have this news cycle, and now you have a secondary news cycle of people being like not as good as the last ones when they did it the first time.
When they did it.
So
too bad. Let's do a great little segue. If you want to ask us a Hive question, you can go to vgbs.com/join. We have a question right off the top that is news related. Chihuahua Pugs. This week's dumb podcast question is sponsored by Mind's Eye. Do you think anyone has ever actually paid for a campaign to disparage a game? And I just want to say,
like in politics, like an attack campaign,
like
on
an
a video
attack
game?
campaign.
Okay,
this was asked by Chihuahua Pugs because the CEO of Build a Rocket Boy,
Leslie,
the developer of Mind's Eye, says that there has been a concerted effort, paid effort, to disparage Mind's Eye before its release.
What?
Which I'm so blown away at the hubris that Nikki, no one has talked more about Mind's Eye in our sphere than you and me. Like, no one has talked about this game in the world more than you and I have. And all we did was you quizzed me if I remembered the name of this game 3 weeks in a row. And this man believes.
Here's what I'll say.
We're being paid to do that.
Here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Monsieur Benz.
Yeah.
Mr. the Benz.
Mr. Benzos.
If you want to fix it, email John. It's john@vgbs.com. We'll say whatever you want.
Pay up,
you can present any segment on this fine program.
Yeah.
It honestly, brother, wouldn't even be that expensive.
No.
It's not going to cost that much for you.
No.
It's surprisingly cheap, is what you'll say. When you pass it along to the finance people.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts,
Incredible.
dude. No one cares about the video game. That's why nobody's talking about it. Also,
no one.
Wait, nobody is talking about it. It's not that there's
talking about.
It's not that there's negative press. There's no press, which is different. Also,
I actually wait. Sorry. I read a bunch of highlights of the story.
Yeah,
and I did just get to a paragraph that I think is very important for me to stop and say. To protect ourselves.
Sure.
It's actually not Benzies who said this.
Okay.
It's the co-CEO. The co-CEO of Mark Gerhardt. That's okay. Mark Gerhardt. Okay. So that's not Benzies, it's Gerhardt. But in a Discord exchange, someone says, do you think all people who reacted negatively were financed by someone? And he says 100%.
That's awesome.
And he goes, doesn't take much to guess who.
Rockstar is what he's saying. So in this man's fucking pipe dream world, Rockstar is so threatened.
It's so threatened by Mind's
Eye that they pushed the game. That's why they delayed it. Obviously, that's why they delayed GTA 6.
Absolutely, that's why they did. They were afraid of Mind's Eye.
And then they said, "Well, we got to pay some money to get people to not think about Mind's Eye." A game that is about what, John?
I don't know. It's like there was a guy and he was like a military guy. And then it kind of reminded me of like Spec Ops The Line, but it was kind of like open world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. It seems like nothing to me.
I'm trying to see if I can find a log line for it. Okay, here we go. This is from Steam. This is the Steam about the game.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world of Mind's Eye, a single-player action adventure thriller set in the fictional near-future city of Red Rock, an intense, superheated desert metropolis where technology is king. Robots carry out manual tasks, and an algorithm connects all-seeing devices to make Red Rock the safest city in the world. It is a living experiment in the existential potential of man and machine. As is the protagonist, Jacob Diaz, a former special ops soldier haunted by fragmented memories from his Mind's Eye neural implant. You'll play as Jacob as he fights to uncover his truth in a world where AI, high-tech experimentation, and unchecked military power shapes every encounter. What starts as a personal quest quickly becomes a mission that's critical to all of humanity's survival as sentient robots rise, propelled by human greed. And there's a bunch of other bullshit. They say that the cinematics are good and that there's driving. And
there is driving. I'm watching that. I'm watching that in the trailer. I'm watching a combat trailer. Oh my God.
This is going to be like an unbelievably empty open world. Like in a way that I think we have not seen in quite a while. I think that it is going to be. I've been watching a lot of videos by the guy, this video essayist, video essayist named Annie Austin, who makes great stuff. He's the guy that's like, I check to see if all of the rivers in Hyrule and Tears of the Kingdom make sense.
Flow, right?
Or like, can you actually land a 747 on the runway in GTA 5? And something that these videos are great. Like, I don't mean to denigrate the work that this guy is doing. I'm just like, I don't watch stuff, and I only watch stuff when I'm sad. But something that I have legitimately gained an appreciation for the GTA 5 world, having watched a couple of this guy's videos about it, is that there is intelligence in the way that they have condensed the city, so that even when you are driving from point A to point B, it does feel like there is stuff to do when you slow down when you aren't going from point A to point B. If you stop, there is density. And if you are moving, there is density. This does not seem like a game where they are going to be particularly inclined to create density when they are not moving quickly. So the second, I'm sure, when you are not doing a free, like a specific mission and you're like, time to walk around Red Rock, I don't think that there's going to be that much good stuff for you to find. But I would love to be wrong. That game comes out too. When, John?
I think is it tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow.
It comes out on the 10th of June. So right after Summer Game Fest.
Right after the Nintendo Switch 2. So all those people talking shit about Mind's Eye Online, my timeline absolutely full of just people being like, this fucking Mind's Eye game. I can't believe how shitty. It's all because the game sucks and not because, I don't know, Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out 5 days before it. I don't know. That's so crazy to me. That is so fucking crazy. But thank you for your question, Chihuahua Pugs.
Yeah, good question.
But the honest answer, which I know this is a joke question, is the closest thing I can actually see is just all the chuds recently they basically have an ecosystem of, I think, like compensated people that hive around some of these chuds and just fucking feed. I mean, but I don't know. That's not really confirmed, but it's like, it does seem like it's the same thing. I don't know. Anyway, these people suck.
I'm excited to play it.
Mind's Eye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be rough.
You know what? Like, you got me. I'll play you know what? You've started talking about how stacked the deck was before it came out. Yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah, I'll play it now.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna before.
I want to get a real sense of how stacked it really was. I'm going to combine two questions. This is from Grace and Jason. Grace asks, What's the deal with extraction shooters? Feels like a buzzy genre. I don't personally know anyone who actually likes them. Jason's question is, MOBAs were once huge, so were MMOs. And then roguelikes were. What's the next gaming trend we'll see and get tired of? I think it's extraction shooters.
Yeah, I think people, the extraction shooter move right now is that there are so many people playing Tarkov, not on Steam.
Yes.
Because that game's not on Steam. There are so many people playing Tarkov. There are so many people playing, I don't know, name another one.
Is Arma one?
No. I've typed in extraction shooters. But I actually do think that all it is that there's so many people playing Tarkov. They make so much money off of Tarkov.
Yeah.
That they are like, well, if we even get 10% of that off of Tarkov, then that's money for us, which is going to be huge. Now, there is no reason that these people are going to leave the video game. The Hunt Showdown. Hunt Showdown is another one. Delta Force is another one. Delta Force, I don't think is a real game though. Delta Force is a mobile game that I downloaded last week.
Yeah,
so I don't think this is real.
I get a lot of messages about Delta Force, but I don't
think that's a real game. But Tarkov and the other one I said that I've already forgotten, Hunt Showdown, are the two big ones.
Those are the two big ones.
Anyway, these studios have seen how much money that the studios that are making those games are making off of those games.
Yeah.
And they're saying, well, we want a slice of that pie, which is what happened when Epic said, oh, well, they're about to, very critically. They hadn't actually made that much money on PUBG by the time that Epic made Fortnite. They were like, there is going to be money here. Which isn't to say that PUBG wasn't making money, but like they were like, we could probably make more money than PUBG is making if we made our own one of these. So they lifted and cribbed the entire idea.
Yeah.
And then they put Battle Royale in. Everyone is trying to be the Fortnite to PUBG, which is making it accessible. Because the thing about Tarkov and Hunt Showdown is that those games are for sickos.
Or really sickos, yep.
So
Tarkov especially.
Yes. So that's all it is. They're throwing money at the wall in an effort for a genre that is not actually amenable to normal people playing it, because the way that people are playing video games is not to, you have to be a very specific kind of person to say, I'm actually okay if at the end of 1 hour I've made no progress and thrown all of the cool stuff that I've been working on away and I don't have it anymore. That it's like, it is a fun loop for some people, but it is not the same loop as a Fortnite, right? Like, and none of these games, Marathon obviously is I think sick right now, and we're going to see a couple of other like games in this ilk that they were greenlit a couple of years ago. The loops don't work for regular people, so they will have spent all of this money on a video game that no one is going to want to play, or more likely that they are going to play. The game's going to have to be cheap or free, and then they're not going to make any money off of it. So then they're going to have to they're going to turn the game off and shut the studio down.
Yeah. Which is a bummer.
Yeah. So like in 8 months, right? I would bet money on DraftKings with my bonus bets right now, John. That next week we will see 2 extraction shooters from like really big companies.
Yeah.
Like studios that you have heard of are going to try to get an extraction shooter over between this fall and next spring.
That won't have stolen art, and won't have
low bar.
Fingers crossed, low bar. When we say that Marathon is sick, it's sick for a few reasons. They've canceled. Where did I see that? I saw something. Hold on. Yeah, they've Sony's basically canceled most of their paid marketing for for Marathon. So
with the scuttlebutt being that's
at least a delay.
Right. With the scuttlebutt being like they're pushing it to, because the game is not going to come out when they have said the game is going to come out.
Later this year. So that's kind of the rub there. I don't know. I think Nikki's right. There will probably be another few entries in here, but it's just like there might be something really sick and not in a good way about like the genre itself in terms of securing a higher audience. I think extraction shooters are interesting, but I do agree, especially after playing Marathon, that like the kind of person that is willing to throw away a few hours of any sort of sense of progression, like extraction shooters would have been really neat to come out in 1998 when Unreal Tournament was out. And no one would progress. There was no progression for any of these games. But it's just a long road to hoe, I think, for modern players.
Which is tough because it's like it's one of the situations where it's like, are there cool ideas in this space? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like innovation's cool. I wish like it could find a wider audience sometimes.
And I think like there are the ways that you do this, right? Like, from a studio planning perspective, is I think the studios that are unfortunately best suited for this are way smaller than the studios that are trying to make it are. Right. So it's like, it has to be a team of like 25 people, maybe if that max, making their little game that is an extraction shooter that then blows up. Or it has to be Activision and or Epic putting an extraction shooter in their big game already. And that's where they're fucking around with the ideas.
Yeah.
Because any other studio trying to bootstrap the entire thing from the ground up is not going to have the legs to do it. Like Apex Legends, again, right, is EA saw Fortnite. They said, what parts of the fucking toy box do we have right now that we can turn into a Fortnite? They turned it into a Fortnite and it banged for a little bit. Yeah, and they did not have enough ideas to continue to maintain it. And the entire game is built on whether or not you can continue to come up with big ideas. And they said, well, no, actually, we only had the one.
No, we can't. Yeah.
So now nobody plays Apex Legends anymore. Nobody talks about Apex Legends anymore. And that studio is sick and dying because nobody is playing the video game anymore. And it's like, well, no, like,
and they also keep canceling the only thing that people are ever asking their
exactly,
studio
right?
for.
And it's like, yeah, if the move afterwards, right, was we have holy shit, we are making so much money off of Apex Legends, the thing that we did not spend very much money on to begin with. We should probably greenlight two Titanfall games.
Yep.
Probably we should greenlight 2 Titanfall games and get those fuckers on the shelves so people are like, wow, what a robust family of products you have in this universe that I have affinity for.
Yep.
And they said, well, no, what if we let it die on the vine? And then also years after it got popular, say, well, we'll make a Titanfall.
Make a Titanfall.
Actually, nah. Seems hard.
Not do it. That seems really hard. Symbiosis asks, hey, Nikki, how many Switch 2 devices are showing up to you
6.
or your family members? 6? Wow. We will do our best not to dox Nikki between now and next Thursday, so you do not show up to their house and steal them.
I'm now at the point.
I'm going to drive by. I have a brunch that morning, and then when I'm done with that, I'm driving straight to your house.
Okay, that's fine.
See if it's there.
So here's the thing, right? It's like, I don't know who they're coming via. It's UPS or FedEx, right? Who knows who? I won't until they send shipping confirmations, which is probably going to be on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, yep.
Which means that maybe
it might be on Wednesday morning.
It could be on Wednesday morning, right?
Which that's happened before.
So then I have to call them and say, hey, there's 6 packages coming to a human home. Not a business where you're used to that.
Human home.
A person's house. Please don't not bring them because the amount of I need you. You gotta bring them.
You gotta bring them.
You gotta bring them to me.
You gotta bring them.
That's 6.
6. That's incredible. I'm gonna ask you when we get off who they belong to, as I'm very curious about that. My Hero Zero. Do you have any games you hated that you would play again?
I started GTA 5 again.
Okay,
that's all right. Real. I started GTA 5 again. Now, I think that my Xbox is broken.
Oh no! Nikki.
Yes, John.
No.
Like nothing. Like I actually don't own anything that works. My computer, my Mac Mini, very clearly the display. This monitor is dead. I thought it was the computer, but I actually think it's the monitor. The monitor is dead. I get phantom touches on my telephone. My GameCube, my gaming PC, that doesn't work. My camera, my Fujifilm camera that I love very much, has been at Fujifilm for 22 days. It is a 10-day repair. They didn't have the parts and they didn't know if they could get them into America because of tariffs. Because nobody is shipping anything to America anymore because of the government.
Because we're closed for business.
We're closed for business. So the parts got to America today. I sent them my camera on the 6th of May is when I put it in the mail.
God.
That doesn't work. What else doesn't work? Trying to think. Oh, the oven is definitely busted.
The oven's busted.
In the house, the temperature gauge is off by 25 degrees at a minimum.
Well, you just baked something beautiful in it.
I did, for sure.
Yeah.
Not without some fighting.
That was Wait, is it high or low?
It's a high.
It's high. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
dangerous.
John, it's variable depending on how hot it is.
Oh man.
The hotter it is, the hotter the hotter I set the knob to, the higher the range is.
So, oh wow.
So at 350 on the knob, it's 375. At 450, it's 550. Or not 550. At 450, it is like 500.
Oh.
So it's a 50-degree swing at the top end and then a 25-degree swing at the low end.
Nick, you got a fucking pizza oven. You crank that thing to 5.
I got an Uni. Fuck Uni.
You got a hey, fuck Uni. You know what? New hack. Hey, Chris Person, get in our you don't got shit on us. I put an LED screen on a coffee maker. No. Nikki figured out how to make a pizza oven. So figure that shit out.
I don't have anything that works. Anyway,
really,
the Xbox's problem
really
is that I think for games that run at a lower than 60 frame rate, I haven't figured it out. There is just a gnarly input delay between the controller and the Xbox. And then I think there's a secondary delay between the Xbox and the television.
Oh my God.
And like sometimes if I restart the console enough times, it works.
Let's get you some working stuff, bud.
I would love some objects that work.
Let's get some stuff that works
so
for you, bud.
Sick for me is an
God,
object
that'd be
that
so
works.
Good.
Oh yeah, no, I'm fully expecting to plug this Switch 2 in next week.
And it's just like
and for the television to burst into flames.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Thanks for asking. What was the question?
Symbiosis, thank you so much for your question. My Hero Zero asks, Mario has flood. Oh no, that was no, sorry, that was wait, that's really funny. Okay, sorry. Wait, I got confused. My Hero Zero asked, do you have any games that you hate that you play again? That's the question. You answered it. It's Grand Theft Auto. I didn't really like any of the Saints Row games I've ever played, but I would probably play them again.
We had such a bad time playing the third one.
We had a really bad time playing the third one.
You were gonna have a good time with me playing.
I didn't like that game.
I love that game,
but I would play it again. I would play any of those probably again.
And I think we have to. But
I would.
I think we've missed it. I think we're gonna have to wait another 5 years.
Yeah, we missed it. I agree. My Hero Zero also asks, Mario has Flood. My Hero Zero asks 3 good ones. Mario has Flood. Luigi has the Poltergeist 3000. What normal household appliance would you strap to the back of Bowser for a new game?
Great question.
Now, I also want to say, Flood is not any normal household appliance.
No,
hey, My Hero Zero. Hey, dear listener, My Hero Zero, friend of the show, chatter. What's Flood as a household device?
That water backpack.
Water backpack.
Water backpack that you carry.
Hey, water backpack.
Water backpack that you carry everywhere.
Anyway, but I know what you mean. I think it's still a good question.
Okay, so Bowser, what does he do?
I know what I would do.
Oh,
and
what do you think?
It would be a rhythm dancing game, and he has a big disco ball on his shell.
That's
and
good.
When he spins, it does
that's great.
All the cool stuff.
That's good.
And
it kind of blinds the enemies.
Sure. Yeah.
That's great. I think that's good.
Yeah.
That's a sufficient, that's a satisfactory answer for me.
Thanks. Great. I also think it's good. Soy Socks, what's your favorite arcade game?
Daytona USA is pretty good. I really do fuck with the big Pac-Man machine, like the 4-player Pac-Man machine. I really do fuck with that. Like I think that's great.
That shit's really fun.
Yeah, I think that's really good. Does skee ball count? Because if skee ball counts, then it's skee ball.
I think skee ball counts.
And it's skee ball then.
That's good. I'm going to say the original Virtua Fighter, not because it's like better than the others, but it's just like such a good arcade experience. It's just really nostalgic for me. Hey, Blackjack Attack asks a chilling question. If you've never seen the program, Wake Up Honey, it's Tuesday. Every Tuesday evening now at 8 p.m. Central, you go to twitch.tv/VGBs. Watch us as we watch terrible things. Blackjack Attack asks, what food would you least like to eat at a love hotel?
Great question. I'm see shellfish pasta's up there.
Yeah, we did. The thing, we did. Right. We did watch a couple order oyster Alfredo.
Yeah. Why imagine hell when it's here for us now?
Man.
Did you think about the chocolate coming out of the faucet? Because I did, and I had to stop.
We watched a video. You can see the VOD over on Twitch. It's also going to be on our YouTube channel. But we did watch a video of a couple going to a hotel, and they got a chocolate bath. But I want to be very clear, it's not. It's not chocolate that comes out of the faucet. It's just brown water that they've scented to smell like chocolate. And it looked like diarrhea.
It's one of the most upsetting images I think I've ever.
It's really, really
actually have ever seen.
It was viscerally, like, I can hear you getting upset, but even I was also like, oh man. And then they do this close up of a oyster truffle Alfredo pasta, which, like, it's tough to imagine something.
Yeah,
I would like to eat less than that.
No, for sure. I don't think we need to imagine hell because it is already where we are.
It's already real. What's your optimal meal, though? Also asks Blackjack.
So it's got to be easy and like easy.
It's got to be easy, and like after you eat it, like you want to fuck, or is it?
I can't imagine eating
and then
first.
You're eating something, right?
Yes.
I know.
I can't imagine eating first. I'm with you. Opposite. And
yeah, you're so glistening with food grease, and you're like, let's go. I can't do that. No.
Steak, right? Because it's
steak. Okay.
How hard is it? You just fucking cook the meat, dude. Use the thermostat. Tell me when it's done. You know?
Tell me when it's done. Sure.
That probably isn't that hard.
Nope.
Chicken tenders. I want it to be so simple. Like, I really want it to be impossible to fuck up. A steak, I guess, is really hard to do well. But like, if you're deep frying the object, like, I think that actually probably gets you pretty far.
Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah. I'm with you there. Okay. Papa Bear Zach has written us an entire quiz.
Great.
I'm not.
I got time. I moved my thing.
Maybe we'll do it. Below are 9 subtitles, and this is just for you, Nikki, because I've seen all the answers. Below are 9 subtitles for video games. What series belongs to each subtitle? Also, for fun, one of these is not a video game. Okay.
Great.
I'm trying to actually decide if you would know any of these.
That's okay. Good.
Number 1, also Sprach Zarathustra.
From Jumanji?
Played the new Jumanji. Also Sprach Zarathustra. Sprach Zarathustra. Oh, go ahead.
No, I gotta get a real guess. I'm going to assume that these are all JRPGs.
They are all Japanese, yes. Okay. One of them is not in art. Well, one of them is kind of an RPG, but the rest of them, yes, are JRPGs.
I'm going to say Ys.
Okay. All right. Great guess. But this is Xenosaga Episode 3, also Sprach Zarathustra. Okay.
Also Zarathustra. Yeah.
I will give it to you if you just guess the franchise, not the number.
Yeah, no, there's no way I'm going to get the number.
No way. Number 2, Chapters of the Chosen.
That feels like an Ys.
It's Dragon Quest IV.
Damn.
Okay. Number 3, The Ark of Napishtim.
That is a Shin Megami Tensei.
That is an Ys, my friend.
Fuck!
That's an Ys 6.
Shit!
I was like, should just go back to the well. Go back to the well one more time, please. God, didn't work. Okay.
Oh, that's tough.
Number 4, Let Us Cling Together.
Let Us Cling Together.
Mm-hmm. You won't even know the franchise of this one, I don't think.
So pass.
This is Tactics Ogre.
Oh, I've heard of those, but I don't know what those look like.
Number 5, The Song of Life.
Fire Emblem, but we just didn't get it in America.
That's Yakuza 6. Yeah.
Wait, really? Those have subtitles? All of them have subtitles?
Them do. No.
Oh, okay.
Number 6, Till the End of Time.
Twooey.
Star Ocean 3.
Damn.
Okay. I'm skipping this one because we neither of us know it. But there's apparently a movie called Porcupine Tree Song, The Yellow Windows of the Last Train.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
You can do anything.
All right. Dancing All Night.
That's a Persona.
That's correct. Good job.
I knew that one.
And then you should get this one too. Gale of Darkness.
Pokemon XD.
There you go. You got it. Good job.
Let's go.
Good job. I'm almost tempted to give you East because you.
I felt it.
I felt it in the air. You're like, it's somewhere. There's an East somewhere here. You were so right. Fix Your Heart or Die. Hi, thanks, Liv. Parappa the Rappa is back. But Sony picked the worst studio to handle their paper thin rapping dog. Who did they pick?
Oh, the worst possible studio.
The worst possible studio. The worst possible studio for Parappa the Rappa.
Concord. Firewalk Studios. That's my final answer, Regis.
Yeah, all those Parappa characters, they've gone woke. We like Parappa the Rappa when he wasn't woke.
When he wasn't woke. I liked when he could say all the slurs that he wanted to without having to face any repercussions.
Without having, I think giving it to Nomura at Square Enix, that
would be awful.
It'd be so bad. I think that'd be really bad.
Parappa would look so fucking sick.
He would have zippers on his beanie. Like it'd be so cool.
He looks so fucking cool.
Zip beanie. God, that'd be crazy. Jason asks, you've been chosen by the fine folks at Nintendo to design a new Mario character. What do they look like and what's their deal?
New Mario character.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we need a girl that's not a princess.
Yeah, just like a girl. Like a girl. Yeah.
It's like a regular girl, not royalty. So maybe because all the girls are weird or princess, right?
They're weird or princess.
Pauline, not a princess, but a mayor. But mayor, some sort of power.
Mayor.
Mario, not Mario have power, super obviously, but not in a position of power. He's not a member of the ruling class.
Right.
We need a people's girl.
Yeah.
So she might just be what if there was Mario's sister? Like girl Mario.
I was going to say Mario's sister.
Yeah, what if it was just girl Mario?
And I think the ship has really sailed on it, but I would love it if Nintendo just kind of was like, in the next couple of years was like, nah, they have a sister. They've had one the whole time.
Yeah.
Her name is
nail it. So that's
what's
the
her
thing,
name?
Right? Because do you keep
Teresa?
Well, I'm just trying to think, or would it be Teresa?
Teresa.
Girl names that end in O.
Wait, why does it have to be O?
Because all the other ones are O.
Luigi doesn't end in O.
Luigi does not end in O.
Yeah. I love Nikki. All the other ones, all other two of them that have O's in them. All of them.
Wait, what did you say?
I said Teresa.
Okay,
it's such an Italian name. Hey, Teresa.
Warisa?
Yeah, WHA.
So so that's the thing. So it's Italian.
Right.
Italian
that
girl.
Has to be
We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
We're gonna get to the bottom of it.
Sophia.
Sophia. What about
Julia.
Angelina. Oh, Julia. Oh,
well, Julia. No, that doesn't work. Huh?
Hey, I'm about Julia.
Wamelia.
I'm gonna win.
Mia.
Nia. Wea. Sophia.
Sophia. Wofia.
Or what about Marissa? Like Marissa Tomei. Warissa. I'm a Warissa.
Wea.
Waria.
Aria
and Waria. Aria and Waria.
It. Yeah. or Bianca and Wianka.
Bianca. Yeah, no, let's definitely do Bianca Wianka. That's good. I love that. All right, so that's it. It's Mario's sister, Bianca, Wario's friend,
Wianka, yeah. They're not related.
Because I don't think Waluigi and Wario are related. They're not related.
They're just two guys, which doesn't make any sense.
They're just two guys, which is so crazy.
Yeah. Did they come into the world at the same time?
That's a really good
We're going to have to wait for the movie, right?
We got to wait for the movie.
The movies, they got to put Wario and Waluigi in the flip.
Absolutely. Not in this one. It'll be in the one after.
You think I'll go on multiple bad dates to see the second one too?
You know what, Nikki? I think so. I see this for you. Actually. I do. I think you're going to go on a few bad dates in Super Mario World. Something like that. Oh, fuck. All right. 2 more questions. Electric Gauntlet asks, are there any bands or musicians that you'd love to interview? Could be about video games, but doesn't have to be.
Sorry, one more time. I was reading the Wikipedia page for Concord, and I was trying to figure out if all video games are in the past tense on Wikipedia.
Oh, that's a really funny question.
So I was really just trying to get to the bottom of that real fast.
Trying to figure that out. Electric Gauntlet asks, are there any bands or musicians you would love to interview?
I don't know. I think there was a period of time where I really did, but then I think the more that I listen to a musician talk, the less I want to hear them talk about their work. I don't think I want it, you know?
I think that's a really good point. I think I would love to interview most musicians, but I would love to not ask them about their work.
Yeah, I have no interest in they make stuff that I like.
And increasingly, actually, in this space too, I feel the same way. Yeah. Of like, I like the work speaking for itself. If they're interesting veins to go into, that's cool. But like, I like to get to know people maybe differently, if that makes sense. Yeah.
It depends on the video game, it seems, Sean. But Astrobot, for example, is in the present tense. And Concord is in the past tense.
Do you think the dead video games are in the past tense?
What's another dead game?
Wow, I think of a dead game.
Elysium.
Elysium. That's a good pull. Good pull.
Okay.
We're checking.
Ring of Elysium is a was.
Okay,
but do you think like Madden 23?
I bet that's an is. That's an is.
That's crazy.
That's weird.
Imagine being called really dead by Wikipedia.
That's tough, dude. They should have death dates like they do for people on Wikipedia.
I just want to talk. I would talk to anybody about anything that isn't kind of the music that they make.
I'd like to talk to Matt Berninger. He's the lead singer of The National. Like, he seems like a chill guy who likes a lot of art, and like he writes a lot of songs about his wife that I think are kind of funny. So I'd talk to him about that stuff.
And it's also really tough because it's like the list of people who I'm like trying to like, what I would love to talk to Beyonce about the process by which she filmed those Nintendo DS commercials.
100%.
Right? Yes. That's never 100%. A conversation anyone's ever going to let me have. 100%. I want to talk to Miley Cyrus about like about what it was like, what it has been like to reclaim her personhood. Not particularly about her music. But like, it is like, I would like to actually have a conversation with you about what it was like to find your voice as an adult. But, and maybe those conversations do exist, but I think the framing, because I have Apple Music, which is a kind of a plight that I inflict upon myself. Mm-hmm. But every time that they have these interviews, they never ask the questions I want them to ask, because the interviews are almost always in service of an album. So there's always like one good question that is like, I would love to actually hear you talk about that for 45 minutes. Right. Instead of you talking about like, why don't you tour? It's like, I don't fucking want to.
There's a guy There's a guy on TikTok I see. His name is like Kevin something. And I'm kind of annoyed by him because he's like super, super self-serving and like does a ton of like individual promo and definitely like huffs his own duffs big time. But like he goes viral because he'll interview celebrities on press junkets and they'll all say, "Oh, that was a really good question." And it's annoying for that to be your deal.
Yeah.
But what's even more annoying is that like they're kind of right. He'll ask like questions like he asked Nick Offerman on a red carpet. He had like 5 minutes with him, and he was just like, "Oh, you're part of this." He's in Mission Impossible, I guess, the new one. He goes, "Oh, you're part of this movie that like Tom Cruise has done all this like promo work on like going to the theater to see it. Like, what in your childhood did you see in the theater that made you fundamentally understand that this was the best way to see
great question.
Something?" And it's a great question. It's not like mind blowing, but in the pantheon of
I've been doing this.
What was it? Yeah. So what was it like to work with Tom Cruise? Yeah. Like it's a good question. Yeah. So like I would love to have more conversations that just go into shit that isn't the most rote marketing forward bullshit.
Because there's a space between, because the other thing, right? Like, which is again my fear about talking to a celebrity, is that like there's a space between talk explicitly about your work in a way that removes your personhood, and I am asking you, unbelievably famous person, about your personal life, because I don't particularly care about that either.
No, like, hey, did you fucking shit before you came here?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the level of stuff where I'm like, I don't care about the way
I don't know. I'm
you
good.
move in your private life. I am curious about you as an artist and the way that you make. And I care about the thing that you have made, but not particularly about like the product of it. Mostly about how you got there. Anyway, let us interview anybody. And generally, probably
we'd love to do that. All right, last question. My Hero Zero. I need John's reaction to this, and it is a post from thegamer.com that says, Hollow Knight Silksong's Xbox page may have revealed that a release date announcement is coming soon. Now, I know like this is just bait. Like y'all just like want me to be like, oh, this is never coming out or whatever. It's like, I get it. Like I'm happy to be that little dancing monkey for y'all at some point, but like I think I'm just like not really in the mood for it like right now, you know. I just like don't really think it's I don't think it's like important to really
for sure
to like do this just every single time.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's never coming out.
And then we'll cut it to when they announce it next week.
I don't think that game's coming out. I think they might announce it, but like, is it coming out? No. You heard it here first, folks. Before we leave, actually, I can't believe I didn't start with this. I think it was because we were like fighting technology and a mosquito. Did you see that guy on Blue Sky that was like, I was going 81 in a 65 in Maryland and a robot gave me a ticket?
Yeah, and it sparked kind of an insane, like, again,
I've never in my life seen replies to a post that like were okay. So anyway, most people yelled at this guy who I think had pretty reasonable concerns about the surveillance state.
Yeah.
But they basically are like, he goes, this feels like it violates the social contract. And I'm not kidding. 90% of the replies were like, I think you violated the social contract when you killed all those kids going 81 and a 65. Which is fucking crazy.
So this is a crazy one, right? Because it's like, everyone's kind of wrong, which is a hard needle to thread.
Wrong. Yeah.
Should you follow the speed limit? Yes. Absolutely.
You should.
Are you a danger actively in very many situations on the road if you are following the speed limit? Because the flow of traffic naturally is higher than that of the speed limit. Yes. Also, yes. Are you going to hit a child on the highway if you're going 15 over? No. If you were going 60 or if you were going 80, you're going to hit the kid regardless, gang. Yeah. So it's like there's like they're You're making up a guy to get mad at in this scenario. You're also lying to yourself if you're saying that you've never gone above the speed limit in a car on the highway.
Lying. You're lying. And if you haven't, then I never want to see you in life. I never want to see you ever.
I think it would be radically different if he was like, I can't fucking believe the nanny state coming for me again. I was doing 85 in a school zone.
School zone. Yeah. I want to be so clear. And I mean, I get the sense that like this varies state to state in some ways.
But if you deeply varies state to state.
If you grew up in Texas, and I'll dare say California, this was insane to see because you are, like Nikki said, actively in danger if you were going the speed limit on most freeways.
Yeah.
And is that right? Is that good? No. But sometimes the ship sails on stuff. I was thinking about this on the way home from work today.
Yeah.
You know how you can really fix speeding? Yeah. If you pull me over and I get a $1,000 ticket for speeding, I'll never speed again. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
But if a robot gets me, I'm speeding to the courthouse to barrel through the fucking building. Like, what are you talking about?
I think it's just really tough. Like, I think there's
everyone's like, oh, the cop robot will fix it.
No.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? No.
Like,
it's like we either have to change the way that we penalize people for speeding.
Yeah, because if you give me a $1,000 ticket, I'm done. I'm not speeding anymore.
And that isn't from a like, oh, I love the cops perspective. Obviously, I do not. But it's like that's if the concern is safety, right? We make so many moves in this country under the guise of security, but it's all theater, right? Like it's why the TSA exists. It's why it takes me 45 fucking minutes, it seems, to walk into BMO Stadium every single week. Where they did I tell you, John, 2 home games ago, I was behind a man and I presume his wife, and the kid had gone through the gate first. They got new machines at BMO that are awful. They will ding and ring if your socks are too thick. And that's not we have identified, it's because your socks are thick. The security guards are saying, your socks are kind of thick, so we're going to have to look in your socks to see if there's anything. Get another fucking machine, brother. I don't know what are you talking about? Get another machine. If my socks are too thick. Anyway, the child goes through first, then the wife goes through. The bag is on the table. They open the bag. It's a clear bag, which you have to get in.
You have to have. Yeah.
Which, again, gang, does it suck that we are doing the theater of needing a clear bag to get into a venue? Yes.
Yes, it does.
Is it 2025? Should you know that you can't get in with a non-clear bag? That's on you at that point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Yeah.
Pulls out of this tote clear bag, John, a gallon Ziploc of, you're never going to guess it, so I'm just going to tell you, cut up celery and carrots. Now, packed to the brim. Like the bag is bulging full of chopped carrots and celery. And the security guard is like, you cannot bring this in.
You can't bring it in.
And they said, why? And I was like, what are you why did you think that you could bring in a gallon-sized bag? Why do you need a gallon-sized bag? The soccer game is 90 minutes long. You'll be here for 2 hours. You can't shut the fuck up about eating
our little guy over here is a regular Bugs Bunny. So we have to fucking dump a bunch of celery carrots in his mouth every hour.
But all of this is to say, right? We are so much more obsessed with the idea of theater when we do security. Should they have been able to come into the building? Absolutely. It's probably a bag of fucking celery and carrots. They're not taking money. They weren't going to spend money inside of the building because BMO Stadium does not sell celery and carrots. So it's not like they were taking money. It's not like they were taking money out of the pocket of big BMO Stadium. Okay. So we don't need to do that. However, if the conversation that we're trying to have is why do people move in this way? It's because there are no consequences for moving in this way. So that's correct. To your credit, John, I don't know if the ticket should be $1,000, but if the ticket is like, the way that other countries do it, is that it's proportional to your income.
Right.
So it's like if you get a speeding ticket and you are unbelievably wealthy, then it's proportionate to your income. It's a fucking crazy amount of money. And they have less speeding deaths in their countries.
Yes.
And it seems like it's a pretty easy switch to flip.
Yep.
But that's not where we are. So the situation you're in now is you get on the highway, right? I think like, the 110, right?
I do.
Sorry, the 101. Is it the 110?
I do.
Which is, it's, oh my God. Hold on. I need to know for the purposes of this argument.
For the purposes.
I need to look at a map. The 110.
Map time.
You know the 110, right? Which is a highway that was designed for cars to go 50 miles an hour on. So when you get onto and off of it, you access the highway via stop signs that are the on and off ramp is about 100 feet.
100 feet. It's really short.
There's one at 52nd when you exit. It comes out and then it's a 90-degree turn. Like it is just the road comes in, it's a 90-degree turn. There's another one, an entrance on 45th or something, where you turn to get on the highway. You turn onto a one-way road. The other way is the exit of the highway. There is nothing separating you.
Yes.
So you're coming in onto a stop sign and they are getting off of the highway at highway speeds, coming off of the highway. If the speed limit posted there is 60 or whatever, and you are actually doing like 55, it is dangerous. You cannot access the highway that way. You have to be going faster. Otherwise, you are going to get T-boned by someone coming in from a dead stop on the highway, or you are going to T-bone somebody because you are not moving fast enough because you're gonna get slowed down and get rear-ended. Nobody wins in this situation. It's losers all around. That guy shouldn't have been speeding, and also we don't need cop robots ticketing every single person on the planet for going the speed of the flow of traffic.
Unbelievable.
Nobody wins.
Nobody wins. I had to talk about that because
not a problem if you put a train there. Trains can't speed.
I know. That's what I said. If we had a complete connection across the entire country of super fast speed trains, then none of this would be an issue. That's totally correct. Hey, let's get out of here. Go to bgbs.com/join. Join the hive, please. It's the only way that you can support us right now. So please do that. I don't know if you've heard, but Nikki and I would both like your money.
Please.
Please do that. Go to makeyouthink.club. That's Nikki's newsletter, which is just a treat, an absolute treat. Every single week. I love it. I pay Nikki more to get a couple of them a week, which is great.
It's true.
Which is fantastic. Do you have anything else to plug?
Nah. Giant Bomb at Night, I guess.
Giant Bomb at Night. We will be there next week.
We'll be there.
Yep. We're going to be there. We're going to be there and square. Go to bgbs.com/join. Go follow me on Blue Sky, floppyadult.com.
We mentioned at the top of the show, but next week episode is going to be earlier in the week and is going to be shorter and is going to be a predictions episode for the show.
Summer Game Fest.
Because
and then we'll record some stuff in person, like during SGF things, and then we'll stitch something together. Don't worry about it. You'll get your content.
Yeah, you'll get what you get.
Don't worry about it. You'll get what you get. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks so much for joining us on our 52nd episode. That's right, folks. 52 of these. That means an entire year of VGBs.com and the podcast. We couldn't do it without you.
Thank you.
Love doing the show. Thank you so much for doing it and joining us every single week on the BB's podcast. So until next time, keep on buzzing.